Welcome to the CompTIA A+ 220-1102 exam Objective 1.1 Windows Operating Systems. These lecture notes are credited to James Messer. On the 220-1102 exam or Core 2 exam, you're expected to know the details from two different Windows versions. Those would be Windows 10 and Windows 11. Those are the versions of Windows that are currently in support, and those are the ones that are listed in the CompTIA exam objectives. Microsoft generally provides in-support options for all versions of Windows until 5 years after they're released. The CompTIA exam objectives list all of the Windows versions and editions that you need to know. So you need to make sure you download the latest version of the exam objective from the CompTIA website. Although you have to be familiar with both Windows 10 and 11, once you know one of them a great deal, the other one is quite similar and easy to use. The initial release of Windows 10 was in July of 2015, and there have been a number of updates to Windows 10 through the years. For a number of reasons, Microsoft decided not to release a Windows 9 and went directly to Windows 10. The goal of Windows 10 is to have one operating system that would run on multiple platforms. That means you could run Windows 10 on desktops, laptops, phones, all-in-one devices, and anything else that could run Windows. There have been many updates through Windows 10 through the years, and to date there have been over 12 different versions of Windows 10 made available. The version that's either the latest or very close to the last update is version 21H2 that was released November of 2021. If you bought a Windows 10 computer from a big box store, then it probably came with Windows 10 Home. This would be the default edition for Windows for anyone who's outside of a work or enterprise environment. If you have a Microsoft account, then Windows 10 will integrate with that account to provide you with a login. And it also integrates with Microsoft OneDrive backup so that anything you do in the operating system is automatically backed up to your OneDrive files in the cloud. Windows 10 has included security features such as Windows Defender, which provides antivirus and anti-malware protection. And many versions of Windows 10 Home include Cortana, which allow you to talk to your device and perform different functions. The use of Cortana has decreased over time, and Microsoft has begun removing Cortana from their most recent versions of this operating system. If you use Windows at work, you're probably using Windows 10 Pro. This is the business or professional version of Windows. One of the enhancements included with Windows 10 Pro is the ability to set your system up as a remote desktop host. This would allow other people in your organization to be able to connect to your device and control the desktop, which is especially important for large environments that need remote access. This allows other people to be able to connect to your device and control the desktop, which is especially important for support environments. Windows 10 Pro also includes BitLocker, which is a full disk encryption or FDE technology. Once you log out of Windows, everything you store on your device is protected with the encryption capabilities of BitLocker. And if you're using Windows 10 Pro in the office, you'll need to connect to an Active Directory server on a Windows domain. This allows IT to be able to manage and control all the configurations of the Windows devices in that enterprise. For users that need more enhanced capabilities, there is Windows 10 Pro for workstations. This is specifically built for high-end desktops or someone who needs to really push the capabilities of the operating system. Windows 10 Pro for workstations allows you to have up to 4 physical CPUs in the device and a maximum amount of RAM of 6 terabytes. This also includes the new Resilient File System from Microsoft, or REFS. This is the same file system that's available in the Windows Server, and it's one that you would expect to have on systems that need enhanced capabilities of a workstation. If you're using Windows in a large enterprise, then you're probably using Windows 10 Enterprise, which was designed for large implementation that have many different desktops running in the environment. This also allows an organization to take advantage of volume licensing so they can deploy all of the workstation systems they need at a reasonable cost. When you're managing such large environments, you need additional management capabilities. One of those capabilities is App Locker, which allows the administrator to determine what applications cannot be run in a Windows Enterprise environment. Many of these enterprises have remote sites, and Windows 10 allows you to enable branch cache so that you can cache these files at the remote site instead of pulling them across slower wide area network connections. And Windows 10 Enterprise allows granular control of the user interface through the granular user experience, or UX control. This allows someone to completely customize what features might be available on someone's using in the operating system. This is especially useful if someone needs to configure a Windows implementation as a kiosk or set up a very specific kind of desktop environment. There are two different versions of Windows 10. One is x86 or 32-bit, and the other is 64 or x64. So you need different architectures of CPUs to run the different ones that are appropriate for the one you need. Both need at least a gigahertz or faster. The RAM requirements are different. So the memory of the x86 is minimum of 1 gig and the x64 is minimum of 2 gigs. You need to have free disk space of 32 gigabytes or more. So storage is minimum of 32. For video, you need at least DirectX 9 graphics device or better. Minimum display is 800 by 600 resolution. Here's a summary of the capabilities available in each different version of Windows 10. Windows 10 Home does not allow you to connect to a domain and does not have BitLocker. It only allows you to be a remote desktop client and connect to a host. It does not have group policy management built into the operating system. The home version supports a maximum of 4 gigabytes of RAM or memory. If you're running on a 32-bit OS, and a 64-bit version has a maximum of 128 gigabytes. If you're running Windows 10 Pro, or 10 Pro for Workstation, or 10 Pro Enterprise, then you have full domain access, and you can use BitLocker on any of them. You can be both a client and a host for remote desktop. Group policy is enabled so you can control a lot of settings in Windows. The 32-bit version of these editions supports a maximum 4 gigabytes of memory. The 64-bit version of these support up to 6 terabytes of memory. Okay, so we're at the end here. We have a pop quiz. Which version of Windows supports 2 terabytes of RAM? So would that be Windows 10 Home, Pro, Pro for Workstation, or Ultimate? And the answer is Pro. Thank you for watching.